Okay, so just learned today that Activision is removing images of the Quran from Call of Duty Vanguard. There's an area in the zombies map. Der Anfang, I don't know how to say it. I just can't pronounce German. There's an area in this map where where a YouTuber noticed some pages of the Quran scattered around the ground. This is the holy book of the Muslim faith. And, if you look at video game sites like Kotaku and whatnot, they are calling this, Islamophobic images removed from Call of Duty Vanguard, which strikes me as extraordinarily hyperbolic. This is something that, you playing zombies, you are 99% likely never going to even notice. And if you saw pages scattered on the ground, you probably wouldn't even notice that they were the Quran. The only reason that this has been brought to light is for clicks, essentially, because this is going to piss off a lot of people, specifically some Muslims who are, who take any sort of defacement of the Quran as, a really, really big deal, just like images of the Prophet Muhammad, very off limits. But also social justice types, woke people. For some reason, the woke left loves Islam, even though Islam represents just about everything that the woke left hates. I'm not saying that all Islamic people, there's many moderate Muslims and progressive Muslims and whatnot, but the vast majority of Muslims, just like the vast majority of Christians, are conservatives. It's just that for some reason they fall into an oppressed box here in the West. So even though there are many Muslim countries, many of which have extremely oppressive and backwards regimes that go against everything that a liberal democratic society stands for, they're considered an oppressed class. Islam itself has, all kinds of really backwards ideas that I honestly can't believe that so many people in the woke movement, the social justice movement, aren't more critical of. But anyways, there are some pages of the Quran scattered across the ground in a zombies map. There's bullets and blood and all this around them because it's a Muslim. This portion of the map takes place in like a Middle Eastern area or North African. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. But, as I'm assuming as war and zombies have pushed through here, many Qurans bit the dust, as it were. It's funny because in these maps, there'll be dead bodies and other things, but it's really these pages that are so problematic. And so Activision has apologized in Arabic, in their Arabic Twitter or whatever, and now people are saying that's not enough. They need to apologize to the whole world in all the languages and all the social media. They're going to rectify the situation, remove these images from the map. They did this with a map in Modern Warfare 2 where they actually pulled the whole map because there was a picture of Muhammad, a framed picture of Muhammad on the wall. Because apparently Western companies, secular companies that have no religious orientation whatsoever, have to bend to the will of powerful religious groups and social justice mobs. And this is done partly because of the threat of like backlash on social media, but partly also because, in Europe especially, when, we've seen some horrible acts of terrorism in retaliation for like comics that make fun of Islam. So there's a real fear of violence here, which again is sort of like a little ironic. People are afraid of terrorist backlash to something like this, of actual like, there have been bombs and beheadings and stuff that have happened because of, comic book or comic illustrators in France and other retaliations. I remember when South Park was going to show the Prophet Muhammad for the second time in an episode, and they were censored by Comedy Central. And this is done out of fear, right? Fear of retaliation and reprisal. Now we have, for whatever reason, the social justice scene also piling on. When we shouldn't promote hate towards Muslims, but fuck religion. Like, if you want to be religious, fine, but you don't get to tell anybody else what they can do or say or show. If I say, instead of taking the Quran out of the zombies map, let's go into like the religious areas like France, and let's rip out some Bible pages and throw them on the floor. Let's have equal opportunity, right? We don't just need to make fun of the Quran, and it's not even making fun of it. We don't need to just include it. We can include the Bible too, the Torah, whatever religious text you want. Let's tear out some pages and throw them on the ground. Because your religion doesn't give you the right to tell me what I can say or what I can draw or what I can show or what I can talk about in a perfectly secular game. That's bullshit. And I maintain that you can be good and decent to one another because they're humans, not because of their skin color, not because of their religion, whether they're Christian or Muslim or atheist or agnostic, not because of their gender or their sexuality, not because of any of those things. You're good to people because they're people. You know? You take care of each other because we're people. We're human beings. Your religion doesn't get to dictate anything to me. Any more than my religion gets to dictate anything to you. I'm not even a religious person, but if I was and you wanted to go and like set a Bible on fire, you think I give a shit about that? No, you shouldn't, because it's just a thing. It's just paper. The words don't burn away just because the paper does. So, you know, I don't promote burning books. Obviously, that's the act of censors, right? But this is censorship too. This is self-censorship on Activision's part. And it's this idea that somehow Islam as a religion, Muslims as a people, are a protected class. Now, I get the origins of this after 9/11 and other incidents. There's a lot of Islamophobia. There's real Islamophobia. People who go out and beat up people because they're Muslim. Just like there's real homophobia and transphobia. People who are hateful and go out and hurt people. But we have to live in a society where free speech exists, because otherwise you're going to run into situations where very bad people are in control of what we can say, what we can draw, what we can do, what we can express, how we can express it. And so because those bad people might take control, we have to be careful not to let censorship on any level take place. Because the people who want to be censors are not good people. It was startling to me in the 6 Days in Fallujah controversy how many people were calling for censorship of that game and appealing to like Joe Biden and the U.S. government. The people who were responsible for killing all these Iraqis for bombing and invading Iraq were being appealed to censor a video game about the war that these motherfuckers started. So, yeah, don't take the Quran out of Call of Duty Vanguard. Just put the Bible in there too. Let's stomp all over all these holy pages. Because if there is a God, and if he's the true God or gods or whatever, they don't care about that. They don't care about pages on the ground. They care about people being, I mean, I don't know what the fuck they care about, but I would assume they care about people just being decent to each other and not trying to control everyone and not being so full of themselves. I don't know. I don't know what God cares about, but not this crap. Anyways, that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for watching. Peace.